am the founder of Clover and the product developer of Connectin. We're going to talk today about our Connectin joint supplement. Connectin is a unique joint supplement in that it has been clinically tested with forced plate testing at a veterinary university, Massey University. But first, let me give you a little bit of background about how I developed the product and about my educational background, which is as a biochemist. I was working before founding Clover as a biochemist with the National Institutes of Health, and we were studying physiology of people, and we were discovering how people who had maybe unhealthy practices continued to be healthy because of their good physiology. And what I did in my research within Clover, with dogs and cats and even horses, is looked at the physiology of the animal and what we needed to supplement or give back to them to keep them healthy. So with Connectin, we looked at the 3 joint building blocks. So in a healthy animal, they're producing all 3 joint building blocks: the glucosamine, the chondroitin, and the hyaluronic acid. The glucosamine is important because it's like a cushion for the joint. And the chondroitin is the rubber band that gives the joint elasticity to move. And the hyaluronic acid is what's in the synovial fluid to keep the joint moving, like a WD-40 for the joint. So we found that all 3 were really important to include in Connectin. But what really made the difference was when we discovered the delivery system to deliver Connectin into the joint. This patented herbal delivery system addresses inflammation, increases circulation, and decreases the free radicals that break down the nutrients to the joint. So those 3 in combination, those 3 categories help to deliver the joint building blocks to the joint. And that's important because what we found in our clinical studies is that Connectin will work in, on average, 15 days. Because we developed Connectin using the physiology of the animal, the other thing that we discovered is that Connectin will work in all ages of animals. In our trials, we had dogs as young as 6 months and as old as 19 years. I'm going to give you 3 tips, and then we're going to go to 3 different examples of dogs that could possibly use Connectin. What we would suggest is a conversation with those young dog owners that you talk about. How are you doing with the growth? Are they on a gentle increase in weight? And suggest that perhaps they also supplement with Connectin. With small dogs, the problem is oftentimes with the knee. So the knee cap slips out of the joint. And what we see as the human is we see things like hopping behavior, or they might kick their back leg out trying to get the kneecap in. With larger dogs, it's typically elbows or a hip dysplasia. So those are specific questions you can ask depending on the age and the size of the dog. The second big category would be those dogs that are between 1 year and 5 years old. And these dogs would be candidates for Connectin if they have a really active lifestyle, if they run with their owners, if they're jumping up and down, maybe they're in agility or some other sports. And then that third category would be the senior, the 6 years and up. With large breed dogs, that could come a little bit earlier, with smaller dogs a little bit later. But the idea is to look at prevention. We know that by the time they're showing signs of joint problems, it's really too late. They've already worn down that joint capsule. So what we want to do is get there before that happens. And then, of course, if somebody comes in and you notice that their dog is limping, is having difficulty getting up or down into the store, if you see them getting in or out of the car and having difficulty, then you know that Connectin would be a good product to recommend. We have 2 different formats that you carry: the soft chew, which can be given as a treat, and the powder, which is easily sprinkled over the food. They're both flavored, so they taste good, and compliance is really good with both of these formats. We're going to take you through a few examples that you might encounter in the store just to reinforce when you might want to recommend Connectin. And all of the dog actors in this performance and actresses are in Clover dogs. We have a dog-friendly office, so these are all our dogs that you'll see in the little clips. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Great, thank you. This is Wilson.
Hi, Wilson. And how's Wilson doing?
Wilson is great. We actually just left the vet. Wilson is a puppy and going to be pretty big when he grows up. So the vet mentioned possibly putting him on some supplements to help his growth spurts.
Oh, great. How old is Wilson?
Wilson is about 6 months old.
Wow, he is a big boy.
He's a big boy, yeah.
How big do you think he's going to get?
Over 100 pounds is what they're guessing. He's a Pyrenees Golden mix, so
wow,
going to be pretty big.
And is he on a good puppy food?
Absolutely, yeah. He's getting a really good puppy food. We think he might have a little allergy to chicken, but besides that, he's doing really well.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, let me show you our Connectin joint supplement.
Great.
And we have 2 different formats of Connectin. Connectin is really good for growing dogs, especially with the large breed, because oftentimes, even with the really good puppy food, their growth is too fast and they can't keep up with the demands of their joints.
Okay.
And so, does Wilson, do you have any trouble with feeding him or any restrictions other than the allergy?
No, just a little possible allergy. We're not sure yet.
Okay. So we have the soft chew format, which most dogs will take as a treat.
Great.
And then we also have a powdered format. The soft chew format is a chicken flavor.
Okay.
However, the chicken that they use in this is broken down into an amino acid, so it's not a protein.
Oh, wow.
And that means that dogs with allergies to the protein aren't affected by the flavor.
Oh, that's great.
So if you want to go with a soft chew, that would be my recommendation. Or if it's easy for you to sprinkle the powder over, I would go with this.
Well, maybe I'll go with the soft chew because I could use it like a training treat, right?
Correct.
Perfect. So
Perfect
for him
for
as a puppy, that might be a good thing to do.
Great.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good boy.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Great, thank you.
Good. And who is this?
This is Henry.
Hi, Henry.
Henry is getting a little older, and the other day he jumped off the couch and he yelped really loudly, and I was really worried. But then he seemed to limp away for a minute, and then he shook his leg, and then he was okay.
Oh.
What does that mean?
And which leg was it?
It was his back left leg.
Oh.
Yeah.
Probably what happened is that when he jumped down, his kneecap and his back leg just went out of the groove where it's supposed to be. And that's really painful. But then once it gets out of the groove, then it doesn't hurt anymore. But sometimes they'll hop or they have to shake and put it back in
that's
place.
what it seemed like. He was kicking it behind him.
Okay. So we do have something for that.
Oh, great. Really? Perfect.
Connectin.
Okay.
And the way Connectin works is it provides all of those joint lubricants and the cushioning for the joint.
Great.
So that the kneecap is in place and it can't slide out.
Awesome.
Okay. And so this would be a good thing for Henry to try. Is Henry at all picky, or does he?
A little bit. You know, I try to make a gravy to put on his food whenever I make it, and he seems to like it a bit more. Is there something I could do with Connectin to do that?
You could, and so the powder is a great product that tastes good.
Okay.
It's a pork flavor, and it makes a gravy. And then we have a soft chew that is, it's just real easy to give even as a treat.
Oh, great.
And for Henry's size, he's going to get to start. He'll get, I have a sample here.
Oh, awesome.
Just a half of the soft chew a day.
Oh, great.
And do you want to see if Henry likes the
That would be
soft
great.
chew?
Yeah, tell him to show you his belly.
Hey, Henry, show me your belly. Oh, can you show me your belly?
Oh, what a cute belly. Okay, looks like he likes it.
Oh,
So either
fantastic.
one,
So
whichever's
either one
easiest
works.
for you.
And they both work the same?
They do.
Same results?
We see results in on average 15 days.
Wow, that's fast.
Yes.
And this will help all of his joints, not just the one that's hurting?
Exactly.
Cool. Oh, great. I'll take some then. Thank you so
Great.
much.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. This is Lucky.
Hi, Lucky.
He's about
Isn't
3
he
years
cute?
old. He's the best. Yes, he's my little buddy. We go running every day, and he just started agility.
Oh.
So, yeah, so we were just wondering if there are any supplements for this that you'd recommend or what you would encourage.
What a good time to start supplements, especially with an active dog like Lucky.
Yes.
We have Connectin supplements, which are great supplements for active dogs of all ages, and especially since he's a little bit on the smaller side, with agility, it really jars his joints because he's coming down at an angle where his elbows and his knees are getting pressure.
Yeah, that makes sense. And he jumps from everything. So he's from high up surfaces, and he's a pretty active little one.
Great. Does Lucky is he a picky dog, or is he?
No, he's not super picky. He is on a raw dog food diet, though, so I was wondering if you had a powder form or anything like that of supplements.
And we do. So we have Connectin is in a powder form. It comes with a scoop included, so and instructions to say exactly how much he'll get for his weight. Is he about 20, 25 pounds, I would
Yes,
say?
he is.
Okay, so it's not going to take very much. It's very concentrated. And if you make his own diet, what you can do is mix the appropriate amount of Connectin into the raw food, and then as you're making it into the patties, you can just freeze it and it'll be fine. And that
Oh,
way it'll
really?
be easy for your busy life.
And just take it right out. Perfect. Lucky, how does that sound? Oh, he's tired. Well, perfect. Okay, great. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, we are great, thank you.
Good, and who is this?
This is Posey.
Hi, Posey.
Posey is getting a little older. Yeah, but she's super active, loves to run around, and has a great time running outside. But I just want to make sure I'm doing all the right things for her and giving her any supplements or anything that would help with her joints and just getting older.
How old is Posey?
Posey is 8.
Oh, she
Yeah.
looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah, she looks great.
Thank you so much.
We do have great joint supplement called Connectin.
Okay, great.
And Connectin is really good for dogs like Posey who are in good shape, but you want to get ahead of any problems with joint issues.
Absolutely.
We have 2 formats. We have a soft chew, and then we have a powder that you just sprinkle on their food.
Oh, that seems easy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
both of them dogs really like, so they're very easy to give.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So let's see. It looks like there's a couple different dosages on here. How do I start? Do I give more to start?
You do. So
Okay.
to start, you'll give the loading dose, and that's based on the weight.
Okay.
And in the powdered product, there's a scoop, so it's all pre-measured, easy to give. It's a pork flavor.
Oh,
And so then you'll go down to half that amount, which is the maintenance amount.
great. And are there times that you'd want to go back up to the initial dosing, or?
That's a great question. If you see that she's kind of slowing down, or you're going on a big hike and you're
Okay.
getting ready for a lot of activity,
Right.
you might want to put her on the loading amount, and that's perfectly safe to do.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.